Hi guys, Steph here. So I am going to attempt to do another Copic coloring tutorial from start to finish. And I'm going to take my time with this one, so it's going to be several parts. And I'm using Little Blue Button stamps, new release, Miss Lilly Cute. And she's just adorable. And I printed her somewhat larger so that I could do this and you guys could see as well as I hope you can. From my last Copic tutorial, I have, tried different techniques, tried practicing different ways, and I found a new way that I like, and you guys might not like it. You guys might want to try it. It takes a little bit longer, but I like the way it turns out. So the colors I'm using, I'm going to do skin first, are going to be E21, E00, E000, and R20 for the blush. So I'm actually going to start with my darkest E21 first. And I was hoping it would focus. There we go, a little bit. And I am going to just lightly go over anywhere I think there would be a shadow. Like from her hair. Sorry if you hear my dog walking around. I got to clip his nails. So, just going to use a very light touch because I don't really want it to bleed much, and I'm not too worried about getting any on her hair this time because I am planning to make her a brunette. So, and a little there and there, and then I'm going to go in with my E00, and I'm just going to flick that out and blend it again, trying to use a light touch, going right over that E21. And I watched a lot of different tutorials and tried a ton of techniques and such, and the person that I really enjoy how she colors and how she explains is Heather's Hobby Haven, and she has a YouTube channel and a blog, as well as a store, and she sells kits each month with a stamp in it and then does a tutorial on the stamp. And she does both Copic and she also does watercoloring and distress marker tutorials. So I'm still using just a very light touch, and if you see like it's not not really well blended yet, you'll see that that is going to get fixed with the new way that I do it in a few minutes here. So I'm just going to lightly bring that down and then super lightly go over there, so you'll still see a bit there. Then I'm going to use my E000, and I'm just going to go over the entire thing. I'm going to flick over very quickly and lightly over the spots I already did, just to help that blend a bit. And any part that gets on her eye, I don't worry too much about because I go over that with like a white gel pen or a white painter's pen. So I'm just going to go in there. And then I'm going to take my R20, and I'm not done with her skin yet, so I'm going to gently flick from the edge of her face over. And then the same thing over here. I'm so used to being able to turn my image around, but I don't want to do that too much for you guys. So I just did that, and hopefully you guys can see. Now I'm going to go back in and do it again. I'm going to use my E21 and just kind of go in lightly, very lightly where I want my shading. And how she does it is by doing 2 layers, it really helps build up the shading and the blending. Like, it just really, I think it works really well. And then I'm going to use my E00 again, and the same way as in the beginning, just flick that gently out. Using a very light hand. And I'm going to go over the cheeks with it. And I'm not worried about getting it too much on her neck or skin, because I'm going to be coloring those anyway. And I'm actually not going to go out to the middle of her face this time, because I'm going to use that with my E000 now. And again, going over all the areas quickly but lightly, just to help that blend well. Sorry, that'll mute, I promise. And there we go for her face. Now, just to show you real quick what I like to do, let me grab a color here. I'm just going to grab, what's this, B16, how about that, for her eyes. And what I like to do is I just gently kind of dab around the black pupil so that I get a fairly good circle. And then I can go in with a white gel pen or a painter's pen and add some highlight marks in her eyes and cover up any skin that I got on there. And you could also use a black multiliner and go around that part as well, the color you just drew in. And then you could also, if you wanted, use a black Copic or a black multiliner and just add some pretty little lashes there. I'll add real quick. Just some little lashes. There we go. And now I'm going to do her neck. And for that, I'm going to bring out my E21 again. And that is going to kind of go in a V, is how I feel it goes down like that. And then it does go here and here. And then I'm going to use my E00, get that better in view, and go right over the E21. And for the rest of her body, I don't do the double layering of Copics. I just do one layer, and it seems pretty good because most of the time the arms and the neck and everything, that's just a small area. And then I'm just going over it completely with my E000, and I might actually go back in a little bit and add a little bit more depth to that shading there. And since it's nice and wet, it's kind of blending itself a bit in my E00. Just a little bit. And it went up on her chin a little bit, that's okay. I'll just lightly go over this to blend that. And then my E000. And what some people do too that you can do, let me grab the color, is they'll use something like, here's BV000, and they'll go where it would be a nice dark shadow, and they'll just gently draw it under there, and that just helps give it a little bit of shadow definition. Hopefully it'll focus. Sorry, if it's too close it doesn't like to focus. So let me do her arms for you, and her legs here I'm going to do like stockings. So let me do the arms real quick before I'm over 10 minutes. So I am trying not to. So E21 for right along her body and under her sleeve there, and under her hand there. And I'm just going to quickly do both arms so that the next video can just be about hair. E00, and just as before, I'm flicking right over the E21 and flicking it up. And you can go in little circular motions if you like to blend that way instead of flicking. And then over here as well. And normally I would do one arm at a time because I like it to stay wet so that it blends better, but for time's sake here, I'm going to do that. And then E000, just right over. And I'm not worried about going out of the lines because I'm going to fussy cut her. After I do the full Copic tutorial parts, I am going to do a start to finish card with her. So there are her arms. So there's the skin, and I'm going to be back with a brunette hair tutorial on her next. Thanks for watching.